Hi there, this is Stephanie, and today I'm here to share with you a mini canvas that I made featuring the exclusive dies from Simon Says Stamp. I used the Brilliant Strong Anything die as well as the Fresh Daisies die to create this little canvas. So I just started out with a canvas that I bought from just the dollar store. I bought a pack of 3 thin ones. I knew I wanted to be able to put this into a frame when I completed it, so I went with the thinner size. These are 5x7 canvases. I wanted to keep the canvas relatively white so that the elements on top would stand out really well off of the canvas, but I didn't want to keep it completely white, so I decided to do a little bit of color on the back, and for that I just used, you can either use Perfect Pearl Mist, which is direct from Ranger. It already has the Perfect Pearls in the spritz, or you can create your own, which I'm sure a lot of people do as per how Jennifer McGuire does it, and you just use the Perfect Pearls powder and some water. I like to use my own because you can adjust the concentration of how much Perfect Pearl is in it. And then I also just use Broken China Distress Ink Refill, and I'm just mixing that around on my craft sheet. Now I just started with a little bit in the corner there, and I decided that the blue was a little bit too dark for what I wanted, so all you got to do is add more water to adjust the darkness of the blue or any color that you're using in your mix. So sorry, I'm a little bit off camera there, but once I got it to the color I liked, I just took my paintbrush and really quickly just kept swiping back and forth just to give a little bit of color, but to leave a lot of the white area still exposed on the canvas. And then I'm just going to set that aside and let that dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to prep the other pieces of the canvas. So these are the dies that I'm using, the Fresh Daisies and the Brilliant Strong Anything. And I'm just going to cut those. The daisies are just out of Neenah cardstock, the solar white, so that I can color them with Copics. And then I just picked gray as my color for the sentiment dies, just because I like how the gray went with the pink and the green on the flowers there that I'm going to color. So I picked some Copic colors, and I'm just going to color in these flowers, and I'm just going to make them, the brighter pink is the main focal color of the flowers, and then I added a little bit of darker pink, which I don't think I videotaped, just to give a little bit of dimension to the flowers so that they weren't just one straight color. And then I just used the green colors to do the stems. And now you can see I jumped a little bit ahead there. And there's one of the set of flowers completely colored. And to adhere everything to the canvas, I'm using Claudine Helmuth Matte Medium. This is a great adhesive for stuff like this because when you're finished with it, it's going to dry completely matte. You won't even be able to see it. And it adheres stuff really great. So to do this, I put some of the matte medium right on my craft mat versus just dipping into the bottle, because the Copic color comes, a tiny bit comes off onto the brush, and I didn't want to get anything into the bottle of my matte medium. So I just put some on my craft mat. That'll come off no problem when the project's complete. And I just painted it all over the back of the flowers to adhere them onto the canvas. And then you just want to take your elements and decide where it's fine, you can just lay them on there so you can decide where you want to place everything, because once it's on there you obviously won't be able to move it. So I just kind of put my sentiment and figured out where I wanted to place the flower there. And then once you've got it figured out, you just kind of give it a firm press down, and the matte medium that's already on the back of the flowers will stick it down onto the canvas and hold it there where you want it to stay. And then just take your paintbrush and paint right over top of it. And don't be shy with the matte medium. Make sure every edge is completely covered. That way you won't have to worry about any of the pieces lifting once the canvas has dried. So you're just going to go ahead and paint right over all the pieces there, and then you're going to run down the stems and completely cover those with the matte medium. And you'll see it'll look a little bit damp, but it will you won't even see it when it's done. So once you have your 2 flower pieces adhered to the canvas, you're going to do the same thing with the sentiment portion, and you're just going to add each piece of those. I started at the bottom so that I could get them lined up where I wanted to on the front of the canvas. So you're just going to put the medium on the back of them and then add it over top, just paint it directly on top. And you want to make sure you completely cover the words with the matte medium, just because there's a lot of edges and you don't want those to lift off the canvas once it's done. So, and then I just added my butterfly piece there, and then you can add any final touches you want to complete your canvas. For mine, I added some glitter to the flowers and the butterfly wings, and I also added gems to the center of the butterfly. So once you've done all that, you have a completed canvas. You can either leave it open or you can add it to a frame like I did with mine. If you have any questions, please let me know, and thanks so much for watching.